Hello, I'm Patricia McNeely, located in Chicago, Illinois, and I love to help people on their ascension journey. Also, their journey home to love. All things ascension as it relates to your life, taking everything out of the compartments and helping you. Helping you, teaching you, healing you, and elevating you. How are you today? Hey, today I want to talk to you about Saturn's retrograde. Things are going to be in retro pretty much all season into the next season after that until about October. I say until about because for those people who really do work at their raising the vibration, purging the past, really work at it, you're going to find that a lot of things conclude sooner than you may think. So you're not with the rest of the pack that thinks, oh my God, I have all the way until this time to do it with. Your soul's not going to let you get away with that. So today I want to talk to you about what are these aspects of Saturn, and do you feel like you're in a void? You can feel like you're in a void, particularly if internally you feel conflicted. Some of this energy is very much like a chapter in your life is coming to a closure, and you're like, well, it's just a chapter. No, you have to let it be about the entire book is finishing. You're ending something, and a lot of that ending is going to be the old paradigm. You might wonder where it went. You might wonder what happened to the magic in life. Where is it? When are we ever going to get through this? Okay. And that's a mistake to say we, because while we do some things collectively, you have to say I. When am I going to? Because your journey is specific to you. It's not everyone, even though we've created these waves where people are kind of coming out of the fog. Even if you feel like you're in a void, you've come from some point, and now if it's befuddling you, confusing you, that's kind of normal during retrograde energies, especially at this beginning, because we have other energies in there as a factor. We have sun energies, we have some Jupiter energies. These are all part of a cosmic influx of waves and large waves. It's like looking at those spectrums where you could say, well, these are X-rays, these are radio waves, these are infrared waves, these are light rays, these are ultraviolet, you need some sunscreen, and they're all part of a wavelength, and yet they're different. There's a spectrum of things that can affect you. This is a time to take the lessons of karma seriously. Karma is not intended to keep repeating endlessly, but sometimes it seems like there's only one way or the other. That's duality, and that's karmic thinking. That is when people say, well, I think I have to stay in this situation because I just can't see what the alternative is. But sometimes those people don't even try. And that's when the void can be felt. Are they in a void? Are they feeling like they're endlessly in a tunnel waiting to get to a destination? While there are destinations, this is a continuous journey, and it is an evolution. So that approach has to be updated so that, each day you can possibly make some progress. And it is progress, not perfection. You have to keep putting one foot in front of the other than the times when you genuinely need rest, which brings me to burnout. Okay. There's been a big shakeup with structure. Saturn energy is about structure, stability, order to the chaos, new changes so that there is new structure, which then concludes some of the chaos or drama. That could be at a personal level, like your life. That can mean, let's say you're contemplating a divorce and you finally decide to move out and get your own place, and you're suddenly there, and you're like a wounded animal that decides to lick its wounds. But then after about a week, you're kind of like, I think I'm going to explore around. After all, I don't have anyone to answer to. I'm enjoying this safety, this peace, this feeling, this new feeling. Or it could be a sense of loss where suddenly there's been a breakup and you have to deal with that grief. You have to deal with what might have been had you done this or that, and you cannot should on yourself. I should have did this. I should have did that. I should have. You have to accept what is, and also accept that maybe it was the right thing, even though it hurts. People have a misconcept about spiritual journey that, nothing's supposed to hurt and everything is euphoric and you never feel any negative feelings. That's just a bunch of baloney. You have to be able to feel. You have to recognize the bad and the good as well. The key difference is that your light body doesn't let it linger in you. Your light body doesn't let it accumulate. Nor does your light body store it up to come out at a later date and build into a rage or a disease or, clobber someone with it. It can't. Again, that is the new structure, and it's up to you to envelop it and maintain it. Embody it, activate it, and I know how to help you with that. This is about the limits of the physical world versus the spiritual progress. Now, spiritually, or let's just say energetically, because the word spirit has different connotations for different people. It can mean churchy stuff. It can mean religious stuff. So energetically, you can feel that there's progress, but you're waiting for the physical life to catch up with that progress. That's the limits of the physical matter. That is a part of this retrograde, is making allowances, trying things again, sticking your toe in the water, and learning of what you need to allow and what you should push through and focus on. And that's different for different people, which is why a lot of times people will put the blinders on and say, like, well, screw this twin flame thing. I think I need some self-improvement. And then they turn themselves around from the very things that actually do help people who have that second energy already activated and who are here to activate the third energy, okay? And then they take a little retreat back into the fourth dimension, which doesn't serve. It can feel, kind of light and fluffy until it doesn't. And I'm talking about getting to the level where it almost maintains itself once you start doing a few things. Divine lovers are here to be multidimensional livers. You live in a couple of levels. And not only do you live and balance and thrive in those levels. And it gets really strong. There've been so many evenings I have been waking up, making up from my sleep at night, and I'm having the best conversation ever. We're laughing, we're joking. I come down and it's like the crown closes and it's not accessible anymore. And I have to be in this life and be joyful and, be aware and do my connections and my meditation and still work and drive a car and cook dinner and all the other things that happen with physical life. Multidimensional living is not impossible, and it has to be part of your structure of your new life. This is about overcoming fears, like really overcoming them. And there's a lot of things to be fearful about that we've all been fearful about. And fears, hatreds, lack, deprivation, shipping supply shortages, all kinds of stuff, water shortages. I mean, there's genuine things to be afraid of, and then there's the made up crap of the mind that people are propagating. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've had it up to here where, people are not connecting enough of their light body to even make a decision to go down with the ship or stay afloat. And I'm going to tell you, people that do that, you're going to go down with that karmic ship and you're going to sink and you're going to be flailing around and trying to get oxygen because you can't breathe down there. Daddy can't breathe and mommy can't live. That's happening for a lot of people. And you know why? We have reached a critical mass of people. people who are being awakened, and then the next waves of people who are going to be awakened, and even the unborn children who will then be a part of that as well. It's time to take the lesson seriously, and that is also a part of this Saturn, okay? Have you been burned so many times and you've learned, okay? When you're a little kid, that's quite literal. Don't touch the stove, it's hot. Don't touch the stove, it's hot, until finally someone's like, hot. Oh, right? And then what happens? You learn the lesson, or that person learned the lesson. Some people have to learn the hard way, where they literally crash and bang and boom, and like they crashed and burned. Okay, they dated the wrong person too many times. They stalked the wrong person. Now they got a court case. They have, too many drugs, too many alcohol. Now they got arrested. Okay, that's some people. Those people are still angelics, believe it or not. They're angelic humans. Some of them have a death wish. Some of them have an I don't give a shit attitude. But I'm going to tell you something. That lesson will be learned until they do give a shit. Because there is a requirement about being here. Be present. Show up. Okay? You cannot escape. You cannot avoid. That's what that means. It doesn't mean like you're like, ta-da, I'm here to volunteer with the Red Cross. Okay, yeah, they need volunteers. But no, I'm talking about ending the escapism, ending the avoidance, ignoring that you have left children somewhere. How many people have children that, yeah, they know they're out there, they're with this mama and that, and like they do nothing. That's just perpetuating a problem. It didn't start that way. People took care of their children, but somehow along the lines with, children being taken from people or sold, people learn to detach because otherwise it hurts too much until it becomes complete detachment and it seems heartless. There's no heart, there's nothing for the kids, right? Until now, okay? What about people that would rather chase a relationship than take care of their responsibilities? How do you do both? How do you juggle that? Again, multidimensional. Not multitasking, multidimensional. Because when you make the connections that support you from up here, you can sort what you do and it doesn't feel like juggling. It's time to get those connections really up and running for you, because some of it then gets taken care of through your soul connections. And it gets rather seamless and a lot more effortless. Okay. What if you've been cheated? Are you learning and maintaining your light body? Because if you do, you find that people don't hypnotize you, bamboozle you, pull the wool over your eyes, kick you in the butt, kick you to the curb, string you along. That happens in a lot of relationships. A lot of things that people consider love relationships. Well, that's what men do. Or, well, that's what women do. Only if they're a gold digger, okay, or a grave digger. You never know. You could be you could be attracting someone who will be your undoing, because that's happened numerous times. The buck stops here. Time to end this stuff. So structure, self-discipline, health, well-being, mental, emotional well-being. Getting healthy didn't end with the mask restrictions. Okay, if anything, it's incumbent on you to do even more to foster good health, because now you're aware. Okay, and if you're aware, you can respond. And if you can respond, then you're responsible. And now you're responsible. Be responsible person for yourself. You're the only one who will benefit. And then it blesses the rest of us when you're the best you can be. If I'm the best me I can be. If that person's the best them they can be. There's a thing to know. People will go back to their old stuff. But some people, they're starting to enjoy a healthier lifestyle and feel the difference. Some people can't wait for all the carousing and the empty flirting and the, just, hanging around waiting for the main chance and playing the games, okay, they'll do that again until they get burned, because at some point it ends, because soul doesn't want to delve into those low levels again. Might be fun, but what's hugging you at night? What is keeping you warm? Who is keeping you warm? Are they coming and going? Are they loving you and leaving you? Those are part of the things that are changing. It's no longer sustainable because your soul is not going to put a handy little, welcome mat under it to support them and not you. You see? So, Saturn retrograde, use it wisely. Don't be afraid. Things will come up. This is about home. This is especially about your closest relationships. Home, and that means house and home. What's in your home? Who's in your home? What is your home? Where is your home? Family, that means children, grandparents, relatives, siblings, cousins, whoever is close and in close proximity. It means family connections in terms of who were your ancestors. Hey, were your ancestors thugs? Were they sailors? Were they pirates? Were they nice sailors, merchants, or were they pirates? Hey, maybe people know, maybe they don't. It's going to come out of the woodwork one way or another. Home, environment. Okay, now that's the thing that gets tricky for people, because there's a lot of blandishments enticing people to, hey, go send money over there. There's a cause, there's a thing happening over there. There's things happening right in your own neck of the woods. When it's saturated there, yes, you can. Okay, charity has to begin at home. That means with you. Sometimes only you can make that decision. Saturn retrograde is about the world. It is about going from, like being sort of an unformed child to now taking the wisdom of many lessons and alchemizing masculine, feminine, masculine sensibilities and action energies, feminine gathering and action energies, and melding it into a beautiful thing that moves you forward. We have to utilize the good aspects of these energies, and they will be going on for a while. It's going to peak in June, and that's going to be, if you haven't done your stuff, your you-know-what is going to hit the fan. Especially if you've known for some time through several cycles that you can't live karmically. If you're confused by it, please reach out for some guidance with me, a session, because I'm doing this as it pertains to you and your energy connected to someone else. Doesn't matter if you never want to see them again. Let's get you balanced so that you can do good stuff with your life and your heart. Okay? So thanks so much for watching. Check out the description below, the links below, or see me at twinflamesmerch.com, loverwithin.com. Thanks so much. Bye now.